Okay, so let's start this morning down on the mat. We're going to start this morning in child's pose. So just come down to the mat, walk yourself into that position from tabletop, press your big toes together, walk the knees out to the side, and just walk the hands up towards the front of the mat, slowly resting the forehead down on the floor. And just relax into the floor this morning. Take a nice deep breath in. And breathe it out again through the nose. So for the length of this class, I'd like you to try and breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, unless I ask you to do something different. And just bring a calm focus to your mind this morning. It's the beginning of the day. What do you need to do today? Where's your focus today? I heard a really good saying earlier on in the week, and I'll share it with you now. When you focus on nothing, you get distracted by everything. And I thought that's really good because there's too many distractions. You need to focus on things, and then that will drown the other things out. So there's one for you today. When you focus on nothing, you get distracted by everything. And breathe out, just relax further down into the floor. Then I'd like you to lift your gaze. We're going to stay nice and low. We're going to walk our child's pose round to the right-hand side. So just walk the hands round till you feel the stretch down the left-hand side of the body. And just relax the hips down onto the feet. Relax the head down onto the floor. And with every out-breath, just feel the muscles relaxing. We're going to lift the gaze again. We're going to walk round through center, staying low, walk the hands round in front. Take them all the way round to the left-hand side till you can feel that stretch down the right-hand side of the body. And rest the head down there on the floor. Relax the hips down towards the feet. Really opening up the hips this morning and stretching out the back. Like I said, there's some back work in here this morning. We do often neglect the muscles in our back that support the spine. So we're going to have a little go with those this morning. And on your next breath, just lift the gaze, walk the hands back through center, lift the gaze up and just join me in your tabletop position with a nice neutral spine. So the tops of your feet are pressing into the floor. And we're going to do a couple of rounds here in cat-cow. So you're going to work with the breath. So you're going to breathe in, shining your heart forwards, taking the chin and the gaze up. And on the out breath, you're going to tuck your chin, tuck the tailbone, press the spine up to the ceiling. So breathing in, coming through, shine the chest up. And breathing out, tucking the tailbone and tucking the chin, pressing the tops of the feet into the floor. And just work with your own natural rhythm of the breath there. You don't need to go with my timing, go with yours. When we work with the breath and you move in unison with the body, we're trying to line them all up. So we're working as one thing, not two things, a brain and a body. We want to join them all up. So just keep going in your own natural rhythm there. Breathing in to come up, breathing out, tucking the tailbone, tucking the chin, pressing the spine up to the ceiling. So do one more round for me either way, and then just join me in your tabletop position once again. And we're going to take a balance here. So I'd like you, first of all, to extend your right leg out behind you in a nice straight line, flex the foot. And when you've got the balance there, I'd like you to take your left hand off the floor, palms facing right, and breathe. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. See if you can get that nice long straight line coming through the fingertips all the way out to the foot. We're going to breathe in to prepare. And then on the next out breath, you're going to take your arm and your foot over to the side. So you've now got a nice diagonal line. So you took your left hand over to the left, your right foot over to the right. Bring them back through into center. So nice straight line. And breathing out, take it down to the floor. We're going to swap over. We're going to do the other side. So lifting up your left foot first, take it all the way out behind you, flex the foot. When you've got the balance there, we're going to take our right hand off the floor. Nice straight line all the way from the tips of the fingers down to the foot. And when you've got your balance there, ground down through the hand and the knee, we're going to open out to the side. So right hand goes to the right and your left foot goes open to the left. And breathe. Ground down through the hand, ground down through the knee. Keep lifting the foot and the hand. Coming back through center, and on the out breath, take it down to the floor. Awesome job. So we're going to do our normal knee repeats here. We're going to do them kneeling, okay? So we're going to take our right foot out behind. Then we're going to pull it through, bringing your knee to your chest. You're going to arch your back up towards the sky. So that's one. Okay, then we're going to do another one. Take it out behind you. Flex the foot. Bring it through, knee to chest. Press the floor away. 3. Let's take another one. Take it out, flex the foot behind you. Bring it through. Press the spine up to the ceiling. And on that third one, we're just going to step it through. So have a little play here in your lunge. You might need to adjust your foot here. So John, we are going to do some rolls here. So remember what I said about this. Don't take your leg all the way to flat. Keep a nice little micro bend in the knee, okay? So we're going to breathe in, shining your heart forward, lift the gaze up. And on the out breath, we're going to take it back. So just walk the hands back. John, you might want to take it to about here. Don't flatten the knee out, okay? And walk forward. We're going to do a couple of rolls here. So breathing in, just work the hip, shine the heart forward. Breathing out, work with the breath. Breathing in to come up, lift the gaze. Breathing out. On the next forward, we're going to stay up. And in your balance, we're going to take our hands all the way up and through crescent pose. So just check your knee. You're looking for a nice straight line here, knee to ankle. Press the shoulder blades away. And on the out breath, we're going to open out to a twist. So you're going to twist round. Your left hand and your right hand are facing the right. And twist it round. Really work the core. And breathe here. And bringing your right arm round and through. We're going to come back up through crescent. We're going to take a little back bend. So lift the gaze up to the ceiling. Press the shoulders away from the ears. And then we're going to take a twist here as well. So lower your left hand down to the floor, keeping your right hand up in the sky. And twist. Follow the gaze all the way around to the fingertips on the right hand. Have a little check of your knee. Make sure it's still facing forward. You don't want that to have opened out. And breathe. And just lower the right hand down to the floor. We're going to take it to the inside of the right foot. And I'd just like you to heel toe your right foot out. And if it's available to you, just lower down to the floor. You might get your forearms down to the floor. I know Cara's awesome at this. I am not so good. If it's available to you, you might like to take your head down to the floor, your chest down to the floor, and just make a little cushion with your fists to support your head. You might like to send some breath down to the hip or wherever you're feeling that this morning. And breathe. Nice long in-breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And when you're ready, just walk the hands back up. And take your right hand over to the outside of your right foot. Heel toe the foot back in. And then we're just going to replace that right foot back through to tabletop. And we're going back through to child. So press the big toes together again. Walk the knees out to the side. And press back through to child's pose. Stretching the hip out again. So that's your journey this morning. We've done one side. We're going to do the same on the other side. Try and work with the breath as much as you can. Remember, we're trying to coordinate your breath and your body. We're making it one. And then lift the gaze. We're going to come back up to tabletop. So walk your knees back in. We're going to go for our 3-leg repeats. So nice straight spine here. You're looking for your hips stacked above your knee, your shoulders stacked above your wrist. We're going to take our left foot out, flex the foot, bring it through, knee to chest, press the spine away. 1. We're going to take it through, lift it back, bring it through, knee to chest. 2. Take it out and back. And on the 3rd one, we're going to bring knee to chest, hold, and just place the foot at the front of the mat. So we're going to take our waves here like we did on the other side. We're just going to lean forward, lifting the gaze, breathing in to come up, and breathing out, take that foot all the way back. If you have an issue with your knee, just a nice little micro bend in the foot, in the knee there is all you need. Just work with the breath, go with your rhythm, not with mine. Breathing in to come up. Breathing out, take it down. Breathing in to come up. Shine the heart forward, lift the gaze. Breathing out, take it down. Sit back on that right foot. And just take a micro bend in that knee is as far as you need to go. Breathing in to come up. Check your alignment in your knee. Again, knee and ankle in one line. And when you're ready, we're going to lift up crescent. So slide the shoulder blades down the back. Breathing in to prepare, and on the out breath, we're going to take a twist round to the left-hand side. So drop those shoulder blades down. I don't want shoulders up round ears. Palms are both facing the left side of the room. And if you can, follow the gaze just over the left shoulder. Bringing that left hand down and through. We're going to take it all the way up, lift back to crescent, taking a little back bend here. So lift the gaze. You might like to bend a little bit further into that front knee. And on the out breath, we're going to drop the hand back to a twist again. So take it down to the floor. Follow the gaze up to the fingertips on the left hand. Keep the breath going. See if you can maintain your natural breathing pattern. Nice long in breaths, nice long out breaths. And take it down all the way to the floor. Take that left hand down to the floor. We're going to place it on the inside of the left foot. Heel toe the left foot out to the side. And just walk the hands forward if it's available to you. Taking your chest down to the floor. You might like to, like I said, make a little pillow with your fists. Rest the head on the floor, or maybe your chest is on the floor. Or maybe you've got rubbish hip flexors like me and you're up quite high. Just know that wherever you are with that this morning, it's absolutely perfect for you. And breathe. You might like to send a little breath, bit of breath down to that hip. And wherever you are, let's walk the hands back up, closer into the body. And we're going to replace that left hand back on the outside of the foot. And we're going to step it back through tabletop, back to child's pose. Press the big toes together. Walk the knees out to the side, sitting back down into that child's pose. So you should be a little bit warmer now. Let's walk the fingers up a little bit further to the top of the mat. And then we are going to take a walk round, a low walk round again to the right-hand side, staying nice and low. Rest the forehead down on the floor, feeling the stretch down the left-hand side of the body. Lifting the gaze, we're going to walk it back round through center. Here we go. All the way round to the left-hand side. Stretching out the right side of the body. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose as you relax further down into the floor. Walking your hands back through center. Let's lift the gaze. We're going to come back up. Walk your hands back up to tabletop. We're going to step it back to plank. So step one foot back, then the other. Then we're going to lower down. So nice, slow lower, keeping the pelvis tucked. We're going to breathe in to come up. Uncurl the toes. First cobra of the day. We're going to take a wave here. This is 1. Breathing out, take it down to the floor. Breathing in to come up, 2. Squeeze the elbows in tight to the body. Breathing out. And lift it up, 3rd one. Really lift the gaze, shine the heart forward, squeeze the shoulder blades down the back. And breathing out, take it all the way down to the floor. So if you would leave your hands where they are for a minute, we're going to talk about feet. If you would like to keep your feet on the floor for this move, that's absolutely fine, okay? So we're going to take our hands out in front first of all. We're going to keep the chest lifted. We're going to swim our hands all the way around to the back with your palms facing up to the sky. So you might like to stay here and the tops of the feet can stay on the ground. If you would like a bit more, we're going to take our toes off the ground and lift our chest up. So if you're coming with me, let's go for it. Palms facing up, lift the chest. And I'd like you to roll the fronts of your legs together, please. So make sure that your legs haven't gone out to the side. Roll the thighs inwards and lift. Keep breathing. Breathe through it. Relax the face. And breathe it out. Take it down to the floor. So take your hands back up to your press up position. And we're going to come up through to Cobra for another 3 rolls. So press it up, 1. Breathing out, take it down. We're going to lift up again, 2. Breathing out to go down. And 3, lifting up, squeeze the elbows together, take it down. And I'm really sorry, we're going to stay working back and core, okay? So we're going to take a leg stretch. First of all, I'd like you to bend your knee, taking hold. Just reach around, take hold of your right foot with your right hand. So you might have got it at the toes, you might have got it at the ankles, or you might have got it a little bit further down the thigh, wherever you are. Just squeeze it in, apply a little bit of light pressure this morning. We're going to prep for bow pose. So just squeeze. And then release that leg down to the floor. Replace the hand as we reach around with the left hand, taking hold of the left foot. And just apply a little bit of light pressure, stretching out the legs. And then when you're ready, we're going to take hold of the other side, keeping hold of your left, reach around to the right, squeeze the knees together here. So taking hold of either the tops of your toes or your ankles, squeeze the knees together, and then we're going to lift the chest off the floor and hold wherever you are. Lift it up. You might not like me after this morning, guys. And breathe. Squeeze the knees together. Hold, hold, hold. And relax it down to the floor. Release one leg, then release the other leg. And taking your hands back to your press up position. We're going to curl the toes. And we're going to press back up to plank. Drop the knees. And back through to child's pose once more. So press the big toes together. Take the knees out to the side. Really sit back on the feet. I did warn you at the beginning, this was hefty on the core and the back. I wasn't lying. And breathe. Relax down into the floor. And then lift the gaze. We're just going to come back up through tabletop. I'd like you to cross your feet over at the ankles. We're going to be graceful about this. Walk it back and through. So you're back in your easy pose here. So we're going to carry on working core, guys. Apologies. Just take your legs out in front. And I'm going to give you some options here as well. So option number 1. I'd like you to sit back. We've got a bit of balance here as well. Just taking hold just underneath the knees, and you're going to lift your feet up so they're parallel with the floor. So you can stay here if you want, or if you'd like a bit more, you can release your hands out in front of you. If you take your fist, your knees should be about fist distance apart here, okay? So you can stay here. So this is option number 2, palms facing up. Or if you want a bit more, come with me. We're going to relax it down to the floor, not all the way to the floor. Then we're going to lift it up, work with your breath. This is 1, we're going to 5, okay? Lower it down. 2, keep your palms facing up. Breathing out, take it down. A couple of inches off the floor. 3. Breathing in to come up. Straighten and lower down. This is 4. Lift it up. Shine the heart forward. Keep the chest and chin lifted. Take it down. I've lost count. I'm going to make you all do another one. Breathing out. Take it all the way down. A couple of inches off the floor. And lift it back up. Fists between your hands. Breathe in, shine the chest forward, lift the chest, and relax the feet down to the floor. Hands on the knees, sit it up nice and tall. And breathe. Nice big deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And I'd like you to lower down vertebra by vertebra all the way to the floor. You might need to scooch a bit further down your mat this morning. Just lower it down and breathe. Take your hands out to the sides as if you're in a T position. And we're just going to windscreen wiper the legs over to the right hand side. So just relax. I'd like you to keep both shoulders on the floor. So only take your legs as far as they'll go with both shoulders on the floor. And lifting the knees up through center. We're going to breathe out, lower them down to the other side. Keeping both shoulders on the floor. And with every out breath, relax further down into the floor. And we're just going to take one more either side. So windscreen wiper them up through center and over to the floor. Just relax them as far as they'll naturally go. Don't press anything. Coming back up through center. Drop them down the other way. So your shoulder blades are flat on the floor. And if you like, you might like to close your eyes while we're here on the floor. And just lift them back up through center. We're going to take one more move. We're going to take a bridge pose this morning. Then we're going to end in our final resting position down here on the mat. So keeping your feet flat on the floor with your knees facing up. We're going to slowly lift the pelvis off the floor, vertebra by vertebra. We're going to press down through the feet to get the lift. So in your own time, breathe in to prepare. Then we're going to lift the pelvis off the floor. Clasp the hands behind you under the back and walk the shoulder blades in together. So you're supporting your weight on the shoulders and press the hips up to the sky. Have a check of your knees that they're still facing the same way as your feet. They haven't dropped out to the sides. And keep pressing up, press the hips up to the ceiling. Try and maintain the nice long in-breaths here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep the knees facing the same way as your feet. Keep pressing. And release the clasp of the hands behind you. And I'd like you to roll the vertebra down, back to the floor. Nice and controlled, don't just drop. Vertebra by vertebra with your pelvis going last. And just relax the shoulders onto the floor. You might like to release the lower back, so you've got the shoulder blades flat on the floor instead of the pointy bits. And then just relax one leg, then the other leg down onto the floor in your final resting pose this morning. So just relax the feet out to the side. Let them fall away from the midline of the body. Relax the hands down onto the floor, palms facing upwards. And just relax down. You might like to close your eyes if you didn't before. And with every out breath, feel the body relax. We're just going to cool down here on the mat. Let the body absorb the changes that we've made this morning, absorb the stretches. And maybe you have something that you've decided you might like to focus on for the rest of the day. So let's just return to that phrase I used at the beginning. When you focus on nothing, you get distracted by everything. So what would you like to focus on today? Maybe it doesn't have to be today. What would you like to focus on this week? Or maybe you've got a bigger goal. Just consider it here on the mat this morning. Where is your focus? Is it focused on your goal? Maybe sometimes we've got focus and it's in the wrong place. Where the mind goes, the energy flows. Maybe you're focusing on the wrong thing. Maybe you're not focusing on you. Where's your focus? And with every out breath, just relax further down into the floor. Feeling the earth support you on the back of the feet, the back of the calves, the pelvis, and the back of the hands. Feel the ground support you at the elbows, at the shoulders, at the back of your head. Breathing out. With every out breath, relax further down into the floor. And then I'd just like you to return your attention, return the sensation to the physical body here on the mat this morning. Just wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, rub the fingers on the palms of the hand, feel the skin. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it rough? Maybe you're a bit clammy, maybe it's warm here today. And just return your body to the physical, to the senses. How does it feel this morning? And in your own time, I just like you to swing your legs round to the side and just join me back in your comfortable seated position. Just relax the hands, rest the wrists on top of the knees, and we're just going to take a couple of shoulder rolls here. So just roll them back, opening up the chest, roll the shoulders, and just reverse the roll. So whatever way you went, I don't mind what way you went, just go the other way. And just come to a natural seated position, relaxing here on the mat. Slide the shoulders down to the floor. And take a nice deep breath out. Tilt the chin a little bit, so your spine is in a nice straight line, sitting up and tall. And we're going to take a final in-breath, taking your hands out to the sides, palms facing inwards. Take them up towards the sky, slide the shoulders down the back. Reach for wherever your focus is. What's your attention? Where is it today? Reach for it. And pull it down through into the body to take with you for the whole rest of the day. Pressing the palms together. Thank you very much for practicing with me this morning. I hope you're set up for the day. Maybe I've given you something to think about in terms of focus and concentration. But thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. And maybe I will see you later for boot camp.